how did it relate to expectations? Generated $1 million in revenue, but the expectation was 10 million. Well, now that changes the perception quite a bit, right? Of your accomplishment. So, I think that's a hack for when you lack expertise in a particular area that you want to hire for. The last little piece to that is be prepared to fail. Like, at this stage, if I'm hiring a marketer and I've never done any marketing in my business, and I don't know anything about marketing, that hack of clearly defining what the outcome is and really inspecting people to see if their experience aligns with producing that result. Yes, that will minimize the chances of failure. But again, the lack of clarity around that vision of that outcome, that's naturally going to create some friction points or some potential for failure. And it may not even be the person that you hire as a reason why you fail. You've set them on the wrong path. You've set them up for failure in many ways. So I just encourage everybody to fail forward in that sense. Like, okay, let's go into this knowing we don't know what we don't know. We have sort of a top line vision for what we're hoping to achieve. And really that means the beginning stages of that relationship is figuring out what we don't know and what the process and path and the journey is. And that is what success would be in a role that is vague and unclear in terms of what it is and how we do it. Right. And so learn from that if that person fails, and then take that experience to the next, opportunity and frame it in the right way. So you're hiring somebody who understands they're walking into in that case, I would call it a very entrepreneurial role, right? Like, look, I don't know what I don't know. And we're going to go through this journey together, and we might be unsuccessful, but you should be doing this because you're as excited about the mission, the overall mission as mine. And if this fails, then we're going to, have to get value from this interaction somehow. And that should come from the experience versus the outcome in that case, right?
Yeah, that ends up being such a huge thing because I can imagine people, and I love that you said that because, when we're quote unquote building a business, building a house, you can kind of analogize it with, and you hire somebody, you bring somebody in, and they don't realize that there's no walls because you need to put the walls in. It becomes a lot more of a different job, and you have to make sure that you're hiring the right person. So as much as we're kind of communicating and having those things to understand the position that we're hiring for, it's also important.